First, we're going to have a look at how to form both tenses. As you might know, in the English language, we have regular and irregular verbs, and this is important to remember when forming a past simple. To make a past simple, for the regular verbs, we use the base form of the verb and we add ed. For example, he worked late last night. The irregular verbs have their own unique past tense, so you need to study those carefully. I bought a new t-shirt yesterday. The infinitive form of the verb bought is to buy. For past continuous, we do not need to care about regular and irregular verbs, because all past continuous, whether they are irregular or regular verbs, are formed by using was or were, the past tense of the verb to be, the base form of the verb, and ing. For example, he was working last night. Or, I was buying a t-shirt when I saw her yesterday. Now let's have a look at how to use a past simple and how to use a past continuous and how to keep them apart. We use a past simple for activities that were finished in the past. We usually use a time frame. He worked late last night. Here, last night is what we consider a time frame. Or, I bought a new t-shirt yesterday. Here, yesterday is a time frame. A past continuous is used for activities started and finished in the past, but we want to emphasize duration, so we want to show the other person, the other listener or reader, that it lasted for quite some time. For example, he was working all night, so we want to emphasize that it lasted the entire night. We also use a past continuous for an ongoing action in the past interrupted by a sudden event. For example, I was buying a t-shirt when I ran into her. So I was doing something and then suddenly a friend came up to me. That's when I ran into her. Please note that for the interruption we use a past simple. So we often find a past continuous and a past simple in the same sentence, where the past continuous shows us that it was a continuing activity and the past simple shows us the interruption of that activity. Thank you for listening. For regular updates, please subscribe to youtube.com/EnglishGrammarSpot or go to my website www.englishgrammarspot.com.
So I guess now we understand. Now we understand that we use the past simple in that, and we use the past continuous to talk about sequence action. Okay? Now, so let's apply something here. Let's give an example. And I have empty space. I need to use work yesterday. So, how can you answer this question? I, empty space, yesterday. Very nice. Let's write it here. What's the past of work? Yes, yesterday, that means past. So I worked. That will lead us to the thing that we've talked about before, ed endings. We've talked about ed endings before, and we said like ed endings, they have different pronunciations. Now, that was something that we talked about before. So ed endings. Let's remember the ed endings pronunciation. For the ed, I have pronunciation number 1 is the. Pronunciation number 2 is the, and pronunciation number 3 is, sorry, 8. Okay, so those are the three pronunciations we're talking about things. Very nice. Okay, now if we try to remember them, let's recap them fast. Tih comes with kah, yes, like worked, passed, stopped, laughed. Okay, washed and watched. That's for the 6 sounds here. We have for the 8 sounds we have deleted and added. Very nice. Now for the the sound we have, yes, the rest of them, the voice. Okay? Now, be right back. Okay, we're back. So, we were talking about what? We were talking about present simple, present continuous, past simple, past continuous. Now let's try to, we said, we don't learn tenses, we practice tenses. Now let's now open a white page and try to apply these things related to tenses. Okay? Now, so let's start by this. Now tell me about your daily routine. So I want you to bring a pen and a paper and let's start talking about your own daily routine. Okay? So let's try to think about it like this. Now, I will talk. Okay, so, sorry. I wake up every day at 8. I take a shower at 8:30. I take my breakfast at 9. I dress up for work at 9:15. I leave my house at 9:30. Let's write it again. I arrive to work at 10:30. I finish my work at 2. I go home at 3. I take a nap for 2 hours. I get up again at, very nice, 5:30. I watch TV for 3 hours. I take my lunch while watching TV. I surf the internet for 3 hours. Let's make it 2 here. I go to bed at 12 a.m. So these are some of the actions to my daily routine. So I say it like this. I wake up at 8. I take a shower at 8:30. I take my breakfast at 9. I dress up for work at 9:15. I leave my house at 9:30. I wrap to work at 10:30. I finish my work at 2. I go home at 3. I take a nap. That's short nap, for 2 hours. I get up again at 5:30. I watch TV for 3 hours. Then I take my lunch while watching TV. So I take my lunch while watching TV. So, you see? So if we're talking about these actions, so I take my lunch and I watch TV in the same time. Okay? Now, I surf the internet for 2 hours. I go to bed at 12 a.m. So, for example, this is an example of talking about my daily routine. This is an example to talk about things. Now, we've agreed before that we have some like sequence work. What are the sequence work? When we said first, then, next, after that, finally. You see? So, first, then, next, after that, finally, and so on. So all of these, I can make a paragraph with this. So this is your homework. I want you to make a paragraph about your daily routine and everything you do every day. So that's the first assignment, okay? So a paragraph about my daily routine. Now, how can I correct that paragraph? Now, when you open the paragraph, make sure that every single verb is in the present simple. That's daily routine, okay? Let's go for another thing. Tell me about what happened yesterday. So am I talking about daily routine? No. I'm talking about what? Yes. Talk about actions, stories happened yesterday. Okay? So let's start. I woke up at 9. I left my home. Okay, let's put the same paragraph in the past. I woke up at 8 yesterday. I took a shower at 8:30. I took my break fast at 9. I dressed up for work at 9:15. I left my house at 9:30. I arrived to work at 10:30. I finished my work at 2. I went home at 3. I took a nap for 2 hours. I got up again at 5:30. I watched TV for 3 hours. I took my lunch while I was watching TV. I surfed the internet. I surfed the internet for 2 hours. I went to bed at 12 a.m. You see the differences? So differences are here. You see, if we're trying to highlight them. So we have here, okay, we're trying to clarify it here so you can actually see it in a good way, in a nice way. So let's highlight them. So we have okay, this one. Hear it? Yes. Here in the present it will be wake up. In the past it will be woke up. Here in the present it will be take. In the past will be took. Here in the present again take. The past here will be took. Now here we have dress, to wear my clothes. So I dress. The past will be dressed. Here we have leave. The past will be very nice. It's irregular. Left. Arrive. Arrived. Finish. Finished. Go. Went. Take. Took. Get. Got. Watch. It will be watched. Take. It will be again took and serve. Will be served. Go. It will be went. So can you see here? So this one here was woke up and I'm so sorry, wake up and woke up. Take became took. Again, dress became dressed. Leave became left. Arrive became arrived. Finish became finished. Go became went. Took, take, get, got, watch, watched, take, took again, surf, surfed, go, win. Now the second homework, I want you to tell you about a story. A story in the past, or what did you do yesterday? So this is the story I want you to tell me about. So this is how I practice how to write. This is how I practice my English. Okay? So that's important. Now let's go for next. Personal successful stories. Now we have lots of successful stories throughout the history. Lots of people were successful. Lots of people were doing their efforts on lots of things. Now let's watch this inspiration video and we come back. We're back. So this video was talking about challenges. Now, how many people, how many successful people do you know? Okay. How many successful people have overcome their actually problems? Now let's focus like this, okay? Lots of people from the video, lots in general. And who are you? So that's the challenge. So let's go for some vocabulary about challenges. Okay? So some vocabulary about challenges. Now, let's say for example, challenge. What's the meaning of challenge? Yes, challenge is a tough situation. It's a hard situation on you, so that's why it's called challenge. Challenge here is like something hard, something difficult is happening to you or something like that. Like for example, let's give an example. Okay, let's go for any challenge that you faced. Okay. He is a short person to be a basketball player. You know basketball? Basketball. So when I play basketball. So he is sure, he's a short person to be a basketball player. That means what? That means he cannot be a basketball player because he's sure. But the challenge here is to be a basketball player. So that's the challenge. Challenge is to be a basketball player. That's a challenge. I need to work hard on it. Okay? Also, we have another word we need to talk about. Obstacle.